Other interesting business news, you have Walgreens stock crashing about 25% in a single day, which is also known as terrible, also known as, oh dear God, what are they doing? Yeah, again, not financial advice, just speaking about what I'm seeing out there, so to say. And yeah, they are not doing great. So before we dive into the article, let's just kind of look at the trend of Walgreens. How have they been doing past, let's start with, what's a 5-year trend for the company? Oh, that's terrible. It's down negative 70.79% in the past 5 years. Currently trading for $12.10 per share. Granted, by the time this video is even rendered, it'll be different because the stock market does what the stock market does. Now, in the past year, it's down 44.6%. Year to date, geez Louise, 54.26%. The past month, down 20%. And if you only listen to the podcast, you're not listening today, or take that, reverse it, you're not seeing it. Well, yeah, there's that big epic drop. Yeah, it's around $15 per share, then crashed down to, I think it created around 11 was the lowest last week. Yeah, a big drop in current terms of. I'm trying to see if they pay dividends. I don't think they do, which kind of adds insult to injury for people who are still holding onto that stock. Their market cap is down to $10.4 billion. And yeah, I really don't see how they're going to turn that around. Just once you get that type of momentum, I mean, that's really, granted, a wise man once said, buy low, so high. But I mean, about maybe a year ago, they got a new CEO to come in. And he was supposed to turn the company around. And historically speaking, it's one of the most successful companies in the United States. I mean, there have been, if you look at some of the best books around business acumen and growth and building a culture and great product for consumer, they're mentioned multiple times. One of my favorite books is called Good to Great, and they're one of the few references where these analysts look at all these most successful companies in the past 100 years. What do they all have in common? Walgreens consistently is there, and yet now, I mean, they're the butt of a lot of jokes, at least financing. Now this has come to us also thanks to Yahoo Finance, which you're depending on your age demographic, you might not even know what Yahoo is. They were the OG search engine, and yeah, they told Microsoft they would not sell out. They were offered $44 billion. They said no to Microsoft. They subsequently sold for $4 billion, I believe, to Verizon at the time. And they've been bought and sold a couple times ever since. Now they say, "quote Without an AI story, Walgreens Boots isn't a buy," which is kind of funny because that's their legal entity name. This is brought to us thanks to Julie Hyman. See if there's a cool picture. Oh, there isn't. I guess we can go back to the stock chart so you have something moderately more interesting than just the article while I read a couple of highlights from there. Now, they say that there's one of the reasons behind the drop is because they're slashing their full 2024 profit guidance on top of missing the earnings per share for the third quarter. Not great, also. And pull up more and more. He says, "quote I was just listening to a call in which the CEO, Tim Wentworth, was talking about how their plan is and what strategy is now unfolding for the company. We know that he's new to the job and he's really restructured that Walgreens is looking at, pulling away from Village MD and providing of healthcare services. Now, or so pulling back on just a little of the guidance that we just told you about, give you the number specifically, looking at $2.80 to $2.95 on the higher end. That's a drop of $3.20 to $3.35 previously, and that was narrowing last quarter. So continue just to decrease how they think the company is going to be doing. Yeah, 25%. Yeah, I still can't get over that. I mean, I'm surprised someone. Again, I'm not sure how many people are trying to short this stock, but it almost seems like a GameStop instance because, yeah, you both see companies, they seemingly at the time oversaturated the market. They have stores. You couldn't throw a brick out the window without hitting one of these stores. So, I mean, kind of a couple of parallels. The stock is going down. They're closing down some stores. They're saying maybe they're cannibalizing sales because the stores are so close to each other. But yeah, I'm not sure what's the future going to hold for Walgreens. I mean, yeah, I mean, to me, again, anecdotally, in terms of like when I look at when I'm looking for healthcare services or more specifically, like if I need a pharmaceutical, I mean, one of the biggest elephants in the room, or I should say, what's Arkansas known for? Hogs, Razorbacks? Some funny third metaphor. I mean, one of the biggest things is Walmart. They're darn near everywhere, and I think more often than not, they usually have the pharmaceutical division in the company. So why not just go there for everything? I think that's, I mean, a lot of people are saying how the competition, like Rite Aid, went bankrupt. They're emerging from bankruptcy, also closing a lot of stores. And CVS, same thing, closing a lot of stores. I mean, what's a compelling business reason or what's a really compelling consumer reason to go to these stores anymore? I mean, Walmart has pretty much everything, if not more. Maybe the convenience of the store is smaller and get in and out in a couple of minutes. Maybe that's a convenience factor. And maybe they have more guaranteed on-site doctors and resources. Again, when I walk past the counter, I usually see those resources at Walmart as well. I mean, let me know. And obviously, don't tell me, I'm not curious about what your medical. I'm curious about your consumer experience. Have you shopped at Walmart or for CVS? Where would you rather go? And if you do choose to go something like Walmart, or if you choose something to go like Rite Aid or Walgreens, why do you prefer that consumer experience versus just going to a place like Walmart? Or even I think Target has their own as well. Let me know in the comments. As always, I'd be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a comment or a thumbs up, thumbs down is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.